Welcome to the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick, and it's always fun when you have homecoming, and you did. What makes it nice?
Well, for us, you start thinking about the game as a coach. You start thinking, okay, we have everything, taken care of. And then you look down in pregame, you see some of the old alumni, some of those guys that played for you. You're like, oh, yeah, it's homecoming. These guys came back to see us play and obviously want to represent, represent those guys very well with our kids coming out and playing very, very strongly. And then, our students do a great job with the homecoming. They have the big dance the night before. The kids aren't worried about it after the game. So Marla Robinson does a great job with student activities, gets all the coordination and stuff taken care of the night before. So we had a good representative. R.J. Heron was our guy from our sport. And so it was a good festivities. Our kids got to enjoy it, and then we got to come out on Friday and play a solid game.
Solid. I think I go beyond solid. Let's take a look at the stats, as a matter of fact. And there's one thing that really leaps out at you to begin with: 99 total yards. I think maybe this is the second time I've ever seen a team under 100 total yards in offense. Obviously, your defense was outstanding.
Well, our defense played very well. We created, a couple of short fields for our offense, and talking to Coach Roke after the game, because a couple of games in a row he's had about 500 yards. He's like, I don't think we reached 500 yards tonight because we were getting the ball on the 40-yard line. Defense playing very well. And then our reserves, our guys coming in, our number twos came in, played very strong defense late in the game. You've got to put together 4 quarters no matter who's out there to try to keep somebody under 100 yards. And defensively, I felt like our guys played very well. Obviously the one that creeped up for us this week that we hadn't had in a couple weeks was penalties. We were pretty disappointed. We had some holding penalties. We had a couple of pass interference penalties, some things that we've got to be a little more disciplined with.
And we play that many kids, though. Sometimes that thing's going to happen, isn't it?
It is. You're obviously, in an experienced situation where some guys that have played a lot, understand how far you can play and without getting a penalty, and then some of the younger guys are gaining that experience.
Sure. And one of the things I thought was really interesting about those stats when you look at them is this Moore team punts the ball for almost 3 times more yardage than they actually had in total offense. I don't think I've seen that very often.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good stat to look at.
Yeah, well, if you see that stat, things went really well. It's a different challenge this week, which we'll talk about later on, but did you come out of this one fairly healthy?
We did. We've obviously got some nicks and bruises, had a couple of guys come out for evaluation-wise, but we got through the weekend. Dan Newman, the doctors at EOC, did a nice job for us and came out of the weekend pretty well. And so this time of year, you're always going to have a couple of things, but for the most part, we're sitting pretty good.
All right, when we come back, we're going to take a look at the first half highlights of Union and Moore. It's homecoming at at Tuttle Stadium. We're going to get to that in a second on the Union Football Coaches Show.
So I work in production, and I help cover a lot of college football games. There's a ton of running and lots of travel all over the place. You might think I'd go with a mega bank for the convenience, but actually I just switched to TTCU. I could have signed up online, but I decided just to walk in, and I'm so glad I did. Just for opening a checking account, they gave me $50 and $50 to a local school. And now when I travel, it's like a little piece of home is always with me. It really is unbeatable.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show. Head coach Kirk Frederick. I'm Rick Corey. Let's get right to the first half highlights because there's a lot of them as Union takes on Moore for homecoming at Union Tuttle Stadium. Coach, you guys come right out of the teepee, right out of the tent, and things go well for you right away.
That's right. It's always fun to come out to a big crowd. We love having all the spirit that's there and just a great way to start the game off. Come out early on. They get the ball first, and you see Nate Raper step in there and make a great play. On the run play, get to a sprint out play. We cover it up really well. Good pressure on the quarterback. Comes down to a 3rd down. They try to run a little sprint draw action. They pick up a few yards on it, but puts them in a punting situation. They tried to punt out of their normal formation, and we knock the guard back and it gets blocked, and what a dream. Jordan Kelly, big defensive lineman, 300-pound guy, right there to scoop it up. You can see right here, he kicks the ball into the back of the guard. Jordan Kelly scoops it up, stiff arms the quarterback, and then goes into the end zone. So we had a lot of fun with that one.
I love the stiff arm.
Absolutely. Darius Murdoch, sophomore defensive lineman, comes in there. Asa Carter with a nice play. You can see Asa there. Great pressure down the field. Awesome coverage on the field. And you see two guys there, Jordan Starks, Devin Crittenden, both guys there on the coverage. I love this play right here. You can see it. Just an awesome play by Darius Thornton. See a linebacker. Love this view here from our camera crew. Darius Thornton fits the gap. And you see our outside backers there. Kyrie Fisher comes in, fits really well. I thought our outside backers overall played really well from that position. Get the turnover, and offense is on a short field. So defensively we've scored. Now we got a turnover in there tight. And offensively now let's go to work. Give the ball to AK. Doesn't pick up much. You can see, I keep trying to tell these kids, quit letting your shirts hang out of your jersey there. There's a good example. But Shamari Brooks still in good form. Comes out, I think, 1 of 3 touchdowns on the night. Guys blocking very well up front.
When's the last time the first tackler tackled Shamari or AK?
Probably never. These guys are playing really strong and really tough, and you can see right now they do a great job. I thought Moore had a really good game plan. They kind of played straight up man coverage on us and loaded the box, and so put a little more work on our offensive line to try to get those holes opened up.
And by the way, what a great shot from the top of the UMEC.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to see. The facilities and the camera crew we have with our UView crew do a great job. Good coverage by Devin down the field. They sprint out to the short side of the field on us, and Jordan Starks is right there to knock it away. Jordan played really well the other night. There's that man coverage, load the box defense that we're trying to run against. So we've got to take a couple of shots down the field. And right there, I love seeing Jared Nichols. What a great game Jared had. Darius Thornton, our linebacker, said, hey, you got 5 catches on 1 throw. So making fun of him, having a little fun with Jared there. Sure-handed guy. What a great throw by Grady to fit that one in there. See Shamari looking for a gap or two inside, and gets a couple of yards when he reverses field. Usually you don't get a whole lot doing that. But you can see our guys are fitting in tight, trying to get the yardage that we need. Come down to a 3rd down, I believe it is here, and love seeing Kyrie Richardson. Has just done an amazing job last few weeks on some blocks, and then we're able to pick up a lot of yardage, but not enough. But then you see Noah Rauschenberg come in with a 38-yard field goal. Love seeing a young sophomore kick a 38-yarder like that. A lot of experience maybe for the playoffs.
Love Richardson's frame at that wideout spot.
Absolutely. Kyrie does a great job. Right there you saw another outside backer, Mitchell Lewis, come in. It's a great play. And then, of course, you see Asa Carter with a nice stop there. Devin Crittenden, great stop. I think defensively we may have had 9 3-and-outs on the night. And so our guys are playing really stingy up front. Lee Barnes, Asa, Devin Bajek, big crew in there playing really tough inside. They come back with a boot. Got good pressure there by Trey Thompson, our sophomore linebacker, doing a good job. Raphael Williams squeezing it there. And also love seeing the defensive line really push and squeeze it inside. There's Devin again. There's Corey. Those guys doing a really good job stopping the inside gaps. Hit a little swing pass, and Trey Brown comes up. What a great play by Trey from the corner position to stop the little bubble pass. Getting some good yardage again out of Shamari. Picks up 3 or 4 yards. Great decision by Grady to get the ball to the outside. A little gun run action there to AK. AK picks up, 10 or 15 yards there. Grady stays in the pocket and does a really nice job of delivering the football down the field. Takes a big hit. How about that receiver adjusting to the ball right there?
That's a terrific. You can't teach that, to be able to flip like that.
Just does a great job. CJ Moore adjusting to the ball in the air and gets a nice play. There's CJ again. Gets hit on a pass interference call. Gets hit a little bit early on that shot. Come back. keep the ball inside. I think it's what we told Shamari on this one. And then it's like, oh, don't do it. And then, okay, that's good enough.
No, great play.
What a great run by Shamari. Had an excellent block. If you'll look here, Kyrie Richardson pancakes his man right there on the edge, drives him into the ground. What a great camera angle we have there. Outstanding job, Andy Erwin.
Kyrie is just such a good blocker.
Kyrie does a great job. They go on a big flea flicker here, and they aren't able to execute it. And unfortunately, and they're able to fumble on that one and puts them behind the chains. Come outside. Trey makes a great stop. This was a 4th down play. Trey makes a stop right there, keeps them about a yard short of the sticks, gives the ball right back to our offense. Just off the mark there to Kyrie. Come back. You just can't imagine how tough that is to run against the front where they got everybody in the box, and you can tell right now our guys are working really hard. Lawrence Harris, great block on the outside. Again, just chewing up some yards. Look at the big double team inside there. I believe we had Ricky Stromberg and Josh Cutshaw on that one. Good blocks, a lot of tenacity there by Brock Henry on the outside, sophomore, tied in. Excellent job inside, and Shamari just continues to just punish people while he's running the football.
He's got such great vision. That's a guy that doesn't often hit the wrong hole or make the wrong choice.
He really doesn't, and what a great job of running the ball inside. Darius fits it up well, and you see Jordan Starks come in along with Raper and close out that run. Got a nice job there with Trey on the coverage on the outside. Really good job. Corey Piercy does a really good job on the down block right there. And then, of course, you get Kyrie Richardson from the front side of that. Come in with the new tailback. Courtney Holmes is in, gets a good carry in there. I'm going to throw the quick smoke screen, and it's covered up, so do a nice job of being smart with it. And then we come right back on that tight coverage, and Jared Nichols gets the ball down the field, and that was a really good job by Grady and good football. There's Jared again, good block by AK to the outside. I think Jared had about 4 or 5 different chunk plays on the night, just did really well.
And then try to help that young lady out.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you are with Kendall Holmes, senior tailback, Courtney Holmes coming in. Does a really good job of carrying the football. Get CJ out there on an out route. You can see great protection inside. CJ there does a really nice job protecting the football. Gets us down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, you got to protect yourself too, and he did.
Trying to get him again there. Oh, man. You don't know how many times in practice we see him come up with those amazing catches and just out of his fingertips there. Darius Boone, sophomore tailback, comes in, gets a nice carry inside. You can see what a great block there by Ricky Stromberg. Darius goes in for about a 4-yard touchdown.
Yeah, all those guys that might think, oh my goodness, thank God that Shamari Brooks is leaving. Yeah, we've got more.
We've got some really good tailbacks in the stable right now. Defensively, we want to go back to work, trying to shore things up, and I really like the way our defensive fronts continue to play against the run. See Dak Woodall stringing it out there. Raphael Williams does a great job. Kyrie Fisher, it's hard to name about 8 guys. Lots of defense in on the pile. Run a sprint out pass and a little incomplete. We kind of let the clock run out, and we go into the half with a nice lead, 37-0.
So one of the things that impresses me there is sometimes you watch a team play and they fundamentally just aren't very good. That wasn't the case with Moore. They're fundamentally running their offense like they're supposed to. They're triggering things. You guys are just shutting them down. That's a great sign.
Well, I really have been impressed with the way Moore, Coach Hicks, has done a really nice job. I think it's a really good football team. I was more impressed with how prepared our guys were and prepared for the football game.
That's a good sign. We're going to come back and get the second half highlights. Moore and Union. It's homecoming here at Tuttle Stadium. Make sure I get that right.
What's so different about Arvest? Let's ask real customers.
I have the free business checking account.
They seem interested in making sure that your business is successful.
I'm in here probably 3 to 4 days a week.
They've helped me with lines of credit when I needed extra money for capital.
We didn't have to even come to the bank. He came to the warehouse.
I've got tons of locations in the small towns where we end up building stuff at.
I didn't think it was, it could ever be done, but when I come down here,
it was done.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Hey, man, you cut me off back there. What you gonna do about it? Oh, man.
Can you feel it? The taste of Coca-Cola. Well, the race
All right,
is
fine.
over. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Life's favors the boulder. The taste of Coca-Cola.
Are we good? We're good.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. Let's get right to second half highlights of Union against Moore and a chance to play a lot of players, Coach.
We did. We got to get a lot of guys in. Obviously, homecoming, you want to play a lot of seniors, but you also want to make sure you put in maybe a 1.5 group. You want your O-line to be able to play together, maybe with a substitute running back or a receiver. You want that receiver to have maybe a starting quarterback. So you try to piecemeal it together a little bit to get guys quality playing time. You see Courtney Holmes coming in at tailback, doing a nice job there. We get the ball down the field. What a great throw by Grady. CJ's got to come up with that one. We got him beat. But some of those we've overthrew early in the year. We're starting to get really close.
Here's AK. Whoop, whoop. Nope.
AK makes several guys miss, doing a great job. Good decision by the quarterback to get it out in the flat and get the ball outside right there. Go inside, you have to dodge a lot of guys. Go outside, you got to dodge one.
Yeah, it's always interesting when a guy whiffs.
Come back with the screen to Kevion Cooper, and I just love to see this guy run. He's a track guy, 200-meter guy. Doesn't take long for him to come out and chew up about 50 yards.
And he watch to get this once the stride's there, but he also shows good vision right here. He makes the right cut.
Yeah, excellent block there by Elwood. He got a nice block on the corner. And then it's off to the races. Great decision by Kyrie there at the end. Not to block in the back. He just shielded the guy away as Kevion took it in the end zone. Back on defense, we see some guys coming in tough. Lee Barnes, you talk about a tough kid. You know, at halftime gets a cast put on his thumb. You know, his hands hurt and goes right back out there ready to go. Get a good stop on defense. They punt the ball away, and you see Darius Boone very quickly, a lot of speed and the power that he has and the ability he has. Run the tunnel screen to Richardson outside, and we've got to keep the ball in that lane, that blocking lane. We'd be a little bit better off, and we underthrew the ball just a little bit there, and so unfortunately we turned the football over. Get great pressure underneath, just about had it again. I tell you, those guys do a great job. Pat Fields on the coverage. We had another corner down on the coverage and almost got a turnover for a turnover on that one. They crossed the 50-yard line on us. Let's get back to work here. And you see big Jordan Kelly with that nose guard gets a nice stop there. They throw the ball underneath, incomplete. We come back, they try to run the football, and they split us just a little bit. I believe that's Coach Fred's fault there. We set the defense the wrong direction, if I remember that one right, and they made us pay for it. Guys are still battling. We don't want to give up a touchdown. Guys playing tough inside. See Pat Fields come down, came out and just really fit that C gap very well there. Trey Brown with good coverage on the outside. The official thought it was too good a coverage. So now we've got a battle on our hands down here on the goal line. We want guys to play with a lot of pride. They try the little hide the short guy. We want to make sure we say that correctly. And you can see it right here. I love this angle. Jordan Kelly sees the play and slings him. Watch how he spins once he hits the ground. He continues to spin. There's a lot of power in that kid right there.
Hide the short guy only works when the tall guy doesn't know where he is.
That's right. Good coverage down the field, and they're taking a couple of shots, and they come in, kick a field goal. We just about blocked that one too, but we're able to at least make a big stop in the red zone.
And right back on offense.
Offense gets the ball. We got Courtney in there running the football very tough inside, doing a nice job for us. Courtney making a nice cut to the outside. You could see the senior tailback doing a really good job for us. Again, Courtney running the football inside. The offensive line just continues to wear down the Moore Lions up front. Try to get the ball to the outside. You get a great block by Mario Rowland. That offensive tackle does a good job. And doesn't take long, and our offense is continuing, just pound, get the ball down into the red zone.
You can see that hole.
Lawrence Harris in the backfield now, kind of in a too tight situation, and we get the ball out to Syadan. There's another one of those T-shirts. Syadan, senior wide receiver, does a nice job. Again, I think if he's not wearing a T-shirt hanging out, he goes and scores. I don't know if I can convince him or not. Good tough running inside. Our guys doing a good job in our ace package there. Fortunately, we miss a block there and get caught with Courtney short of the goal line. Come out to the outside, and we're able to get the ball out there to Jordan Flood. Jordan Flood, junior wide receiver. And if he runs that route in the end zone where he's supposed to, he probably scores. But we're able to run the football, get a first down, and get Courtney in the end zone. Continue to play well. Sean DeBose on the coverage, junior safety. Sean does a great job for us every day. It's good to see him in the game. There's Elijah Tomlin. That's Elwood's little brother, making a nice play. You got Brownie, Cade Brown, our deep snapper, also plays outside backer, makes a nice stop there along with C.J. Harris.
And a lot of new guys, as you're saying, in here.
A lot of new guys getting some good playing time. Corey Piercy in there, the nice play inside. I think that might have been Jake Harris at linebacker, making a good stop there. They throw the ball straight up in the air, and you talk about losing a football. I'm not sure that anybody but their receiver knew where it was. It's a good job. Again, we're getting Kevion Cooper in on the play. He had that big screen pass in the first half. So now he's in the backfield carrying the football. We're getting a good push inside. Get Juan Ramirez in there, big offensive lineman, getting a nice push. You got Blake Knight also in there, another senior offensive guard, getting some good playing time, just doing a really nice job. Good throw, good catch, but unfortunately it was out of bounds, and so we turned the ball over.
I'll mention that was Kyle Fisher as well at quarterback.
Yes, Tyler Fisher. Tyler. That's Bluefish. He had an older brother here, so we had to nickname him. He was not Redfish, he's Bluefish. So
Gotcha.
if you have any children's books, you understand that. Yes, you will. Going back to work, there's our homecoming guy right there, R.J. Herron, doing a nice job running the football inside, trying to get a good push in there. There's Mr. Cox doing a good job, Cameron Cox at offensive guard. Was a Union kid, moved away, and then has come back to us as a senior, so it's good to have him back home.
He's not giving up.
That's right. Tyler in there again, doing a good job. Tyler's been out with some injuries, and it's good to have him back, suited up, junior quarterback ready to go. Offensive line doing a nice job. There we are again, throwing the ball. It's on a third down. Good ball to the outside there by Tyler, and just unable to hang on to it.
His brother Zach, of course, played quarterback and receiver here.
Put the defense back to work. You get a nice job there. You get M.J. Smith at corner coming up, making a nice stop on the underneath throw. And love the play out by Daylon. Daylon's come in and made some really nice plays at safety, junior safety for us, doing a nice job. Lots of guys in there trying to make the play, doing an outstanding job for us defensively. And you can see our guys just rally, and we don't want to give up a fourth quarter touchdown. Best play in football. Right there, taking the victory snap, homecoming victories. We tell our guys, don't ever take this stuff for granted. One of these days, you'll come back, and these memories will be really, really pleasant to have about how you were at home, and having a great game on homecoming. A lot of guys there to watch you win a game.
Celebrate every victory, unquestionably.
Absolutely.
And you've got enough guys on your staff who played here that appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, when we come back, we'll give our kind of a look forward to a game that's probably going to be a little bit different. That's next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
Frontier Valley Conference. 10 schools. Broken Arrow, Bartlesville, Bixby, Bishop Kelly, Jinx, Muskogee, Owasso, Sand Springs, Sapulpa, Union. 22 sports, 509 state titles. Numbers don't lie. Frontier Valley Conference. Strength in numbers.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey and head coach Kirk Frederick. Let's get right to up close and personal because there's some really good shots from Vic and the guys this week.
Yeah, Vic did a great job again this week. We had some awesome pictures. Every game ought to start out with this play right here. Jordan Kelly on a touchdown. You know, I was an old defensive lineman, so this is definitely a soft spot in my heart to see that touchdown. Another D-line play. There's Darius Murdoch, Asa Carter. Of course, you got Mitchell Lewis coming in, but I mean that's a bunch of guys in there fitting the run inside. Big turnover here. Darius Thornton probably been the most consistent player we have. What a great senior linebacker we've had in Darius. Love seeing guys celebrate there. Devin Crittenden on a turnover.
There's a T-shirt.
There's a T-shirt hanging out, and there's a guy hanging on to it really well. Elijah Tomlin doing a nice job, outside linebacker, hanging on while the rest of the guys get there. Senior Carter Hoopengardner, nice block. You can see the block there by the other Tomlin coming around the corner there and doing a nice job. Here's, I don't know which part of the catch that was, but there's Jared Nichols there. Oh, that one where it was one throw and 5 catches.
Yes, sir, but he got it.
There's Darius Thornton again, and Raphael Williams. Raph has played really, really well. That outside linebacker is getting better every week, and love the way he continues to make plays. There's C.J. Moore doing a nice job catching the football, tucking it on that out route we had there in the second half. Nice job. And again, another group of guys celebrating here. You get Mario Rowland, the offensive lineman, and then Darius doing a nice job there, Darius Boone, on that touchdown that he had. There's Bluefish, Tyler Fisher. Just doing a nice job again, as I said earlier. Good to have him back after an injury that set him out for 4 or 5 weeks.
Right now, this week, somewhat of a different challenge.
Oh yeah, we've got a nice one here. This is the one that we love to go play. Anytime that you've got a couple teams that are undefeated in district play, you know, each week we tell our kids it's for a district championship. But we've got Norman North this week. They've been just putting up just unbelievable numbers. Scored 63 last week. So Coach Brent Barnes and Coach Lance Tigner, a couple of guys that used to be on my staff, are on that staff, and they've got the Stoops twins, Bob Stoops kids that are just lighting it up. A lot of Division I talent on that team. It ought to be a lot of fun.
We're going to let you know how it comes out next week. We'll see you then on the Union Football Coaches Show.